Yes, one question I would like to ask you is that you have a really good vocabulary, and could you like suggest something to improve the vocabulary? Because okay, I do read a few words like every single day, not every single day, I would say, but like maybe once a week, I do read a couple of words, like 5 or 10 words, new words I try to introduce in my vocabulary, but then I read their meaning, and after some time, I completely forget about them.
Mhm.
And then the words never are really introduced in my daily conversation.
Okay, rather than telling you
So,
what to do, I'll tell you how I do it. Because it
okay.
is very theoretical to say, like, learn 5 words, write down their meanings, maintain a separate book for vocabulary. It's very theoretical to say, but that's not what I do. Okay, so tell me, how is your Sunday going?
Well, quite late, quite lazy Sunday, I would say. This would be the first session of the day, and I'll have two more sessions after this. And before that, I was just reading a book, just a fictional book, like I usually do on my weekends. Apart from that, I was just downstairs with my family watching a movie. Nothing special.
So how
What
different
about
are
you, ma'am? How was your Sunday?
Oh, my Sunday is quite busy. Sunday is mainly about shopping, groceries, prepping for the week ahead. So yeah, homemaking things. So it was quite busy today.
Okay,
So how busy
right. I
as compared to weekdays?
But yeah, on my weekdays, I'm doing various things, such as like I'm acquiring a few skills, just preparing for a few things, I would say. And apart from that, I usually don't conduct any sessions on weekends. Just like like I said, lazy Sunday, right? So just like 1 or 2 sessions I'm having right now. Usually on the weekdays, I prefer so that like we can have like lazy Sundays, I would say.
Of course, of course. You cannot get the vibe of Sunday unless it is lazy, right? You wake up late and everything is late.
Exactly.
You relax. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, uh,
exactly. And we have this like Sunday ritual, like movies we watch every Sunday with my family. I would choose the movie and like I play the movie on Netflix, and then after the movie is over, like we discuss like how like what the things we saw in the movie, and like just reviewing the movie, rating the movie. That's what we do. I
oh,
think that's a good way of like family bonding time, and a lot of people should do that because we don't even realize, but sometimes you are not spending time with the family even though we think we are, but in a way like it's not quality time. So I think we should definitely have a separate time for that, at least on weekends for sure.
yes. Family time only doesn't mean just you sit and talk. Because after a while, if there is nothing new that you can sit and talk, and watching a movie can be a good, a fun time, entertaining to just sit with the family and watch. So, what's playing today at your home?
Like today, what
Yeah.
we watched,
Yes.
yeah, we watched a thriller movie actually. So it's about a girl that's like, goes on a solo trip in a jungle.
Oh,
And then like a man starts following her, and it's a whole like chase and chase and hide, you can say. Like she keeps hiding in the woods and he keeps chasing her. And
oh,
that's what the movie is about. Like it gives you that thrill. So yeah, it's a good movie.
okay. Which language?
English.
English. Oh, okay, okay. So is it a ritual that you guys
Because
follow more of English movies?
yeah, actually, I choose the movies and I prefer English movies. I would say because when it comes to the Bollywood movies, I don't think there are many thriller movies. Like it's the romantic movies and it's a repetition again and again of the same kind of movies in Bollywood, I would say. So that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Usually, I choose the movies and I choose the Bollywood movies. They have various categories which I can choose from. So that's what I really like about them.
Yes, yes. The variety. You have a lot of variety when it comes to Hollywood. And also you can watch South Indian, especially Malayalam movies. Bollywood is like, I don't know, in the recent days or months, you have nothing really good in Bollywood. Nothing, actually.
Yeah. And I
Mm.
think like their ratings and views are going down. Maybe that's what other people feel as well. So not a lot of people are feeling connected to Bollywood anymore, I think. And they really need to upgrade. Like they need to bring in something new instead of what they have been doing for the past decade or so.
Yes, when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, it was like totally everyone was crazy about Bollywood movies because it was all masala entertainment. It was very fictional, actually, nothing true in that. But it was nice to watch. But I think they should move on now. People have become more realistic.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
you could say that for sure.
okay. So for the sake of this video, I would love for you to introduce yourself before we move ahead in the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so hello, Shanta ma'am, and everyone in the audience. My name is Niyati, and recently I've started this YouTube channel where I have casual conversation with people to improve my English as well as for everyone in the audience as well. And apart from that, I've done my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. And when it comes to my hobbies, I would say I love to read books, especially the fictional ones, and love watching movies, like I just mentioned. And I also love listening to music. Like I'm such a big fan of music. I love music. Like if I'm doing anything, for example, like if I have to clean my room or if I'm going for a walk, I would just play music. It's really good.
And like others do, does your music change depending on your mood of what you're going to do?
Exactly. I think if somebody were to go with through my playlist, they would absolutely not understand like what exactly do I like because one song could be all those like all those drums and beats and fast-paced song, and then it could just switch to another song which is very slow-paced, violin playing in the background kind of song. So yeah, I just love music. It can be any type. I don't really care about that. Although
Hmm,
the lyrics I really do care about, like I do find like good lyrics to be something that I connect with for sure.
definitely. Yes, that's true. Okay, so what was the intent behind starting your YouTube channel? What was the thought process? It was just you wanted to have a channel, or what exactly?
It was actually all my mother's idea, all credits to her because she's been seeing like how I'm performing in like public speaking and everything else, and she said that like because she was also in like she is still learning English actually, so she's an English enthusiast, and she said that like she's been watching so many videos, and she said that like why don't I join and help people online because there are a lot of people out there that are like struggling to learn this language. So I thought like why don't I join and like help people as well as myself actually because I speak Hindi at home, and like so not much of a opportunity I get to be able to speak English. So like this is a platform where I can polish my skills, I would say. So that's the reason why I started the channel, and I'm so glad I did actually because I'm
Okay.
getting to connect with people like you especially. So and yeah, I really admire you and I really admire the work that you do here.
Thank you so much. Did you also want to, like, when you started the channel, where you did you had this idea that I want to do conversations, talk to people, or you just wanted to create solo videos?
No, it was always about the conversations, I would say. Because as a viewer, personally, I would say that I prefer conversational videos more because I don't even realize, but I'm like, I finish watching so many videos when it comes to the conversational videos because it keeps me hooked, it keeps me engaged throughout the video. So for sure. And if there's like, if there are the comments like, we want to learn this particular thing, I would for sure be down to make solo videos as well.
Okay. So what about the future of your channel? Are you planning to continue these type of videos, conversational videos? Do you have something in your mind?
Absolutely. I'm definitely thinking of continuing with this, and hope that this channel grows and like more audience connect so that we can all learn together. That's the plan for sure.
Hmm. Okay. So when it comes to your English learning journey, so did you study in an English medium school?
Yes, I did. I studied in English medium school. Although, like, the thing was, like, teachers would encourage us to talk in English. We would obviously be giving the exam in English, but, like, kids are kids. They don't really understand the importance of a language, like learning a new language until, like, they have to face the issues in their career and something like that. And so that's the reason why, like, we were all talking in our mother tongue. We didn't really care that much about it. But thankfully, what happened was like my hobbies kind of shifted towards like the English content, for example, like consuming English music and English movies and all this like Netflix series and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And especially the books, I would say like the books, the number one for sure. I started reading books by native speakers, and not because I wanted to learn English, but because I was really interested in the way they would form stories and everything. And I didn't even realize, but I was becoming fluent because of this. So
Mm.
yeah, whole credit to all this content for sure. That truly, truly helped me so much at getting a command at this language for sure.
So do you consider that studying in English medium school, the students who have studied in English medium school, they have an edge over the other people who have studied in vernacular medium when it comes to speaking English?
Yes, I would say yes, for sure. They do have a slight edge over it because, okay, well, maybe we are not interacting with each other in English in classroom. Maybe the medium in which they are teaching is the mother tongue. But
Yes.
when it comes to writing the exams, you have to understand the questions and you have to answer them in English. So that for sure gives a slight edge to the people that have studied in English medium, I would say.
Mm. At least maybe not 100%, at least 50% of the environment was in English. At least your English teacher was talking to you in English. And because of that fear of
Yeah.
maybe somebody would see and if it was enforced for us to speak in English, then definitely our English is going to be good. Also, like you, I believe that.
Yes, it was kind of a rule for all the English teachers to be speaking English because that's the minimum actually. It should be the case. If there's an English teacher, she should at least be interacting in English throughout the classroom for sure. So that's what happened. And I think, yes, that really helped me a lot because my English teachers, I would say, yes, credits to them as well. Like their way of teaching and everything, it was really captivating and also pushed me forward to pursue like a command over this language for sure, 100%.
Yes, I totally believe that English learning need not be boring. It's not that you sit and watch videos who are telling you like how to learn English, how to improve vocabulary. Not only are these English videos, you can watch vlogs. They are interesting. You can watch podcasts. You can listen to interviews of successful people which are in English. Just it's not about learning English. It's about listening or whatever content you enjoy listening or watching. Do that in English. As simple as that.
Exactly. I think what mistake people make is that they take English as something to study, like as a subject. And that's where people are wrong because that was never supposed to be the case. It's like, how do you learn your mother tongue? I mean, you don't even know what a language is when you are a newborn baby. You don't even know if there's a use of a language. But what happens is that people start interacting with you in your mother tongue, and people are interacting with each other in front of you in the mother tongue. And that's how you start getting familiarized with this language, and then that's how you start speaking small broken sentences, and then you upgrade to the textbooks in that language and the storybooks and everything, and that's when you start constructing proper sentences. And that's the same case with English. Like, people don't treat it like a language. It's just a language like your mother tongue. I've seen so many people stressing about it when there's absolutely nothing to stress about. So yes, for sure, like learn it in a way that you love the most. If you love watching movies, like watch English movies. If you love listening to songs like me, listen to English songs. That's, I would say. And if you love storybooks like me, you can also upgrade to the novels. And yes, for novels, I would say that it can be quite difficult when you start because there are a lot of advanced vocabulary, I would say, especially by the native speakers when it's written. So what you can do is you can start with the Indian authors because Indian authors usually tend to write in a simpler English, I would say.
Yes.
If anybody wants, although I directly jumped to the native speakers, but after that, when I started reading the books by Indian authors, I definitely found this. So yeah, that's what people can do, and then they can upgrade to the native speakers if they want.
Yes, when you read books from Indian authors, I think it is more relatable because it is Indian English, first of all. The slang that they use, it's not so hi-fi, or some maybe some sentences, some phrases you won't even understand if you're reading books from international authors. So Indians, you're totally able to
Right.
relate to what they are speaking almost. You can just imagine them speaking it, especially if you're reading novels which has conversations, you can totally relate as compared to the ones written by international authors.
Exactly, I would say for sure.
Mm.
And not just the simplicity of the language, but also the stories, for sure, they relate to the Indian authors more. So
Mm.
yeah, that's actually a very good way of starting, I would say.
Stories and the characteristics, they include your family, grandparents. So these kind of even cultural context, it's different in Indian books.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to know how important is money to you? Because yesterday when we spoke, you were the person who dropped out of IIT, which gives people like so much money, and they end up starting a startup, or maybe they're mostly of more of them many of them are into becoming entrepreneurs, or like really good positions, right? So when you told that you dropped out of IIT, I assumed maybe money is not very important to you.
100%. Actually, I was just thinking about, like, you know how you have those shower thoughts. And that's when I was thinking, like, is money really that important? Like, does money bring you happiness?
Mm,
And I think it's like different for everyone. When it comes to IIT, obviously you get really good placements, like with high packages and everything.
mm,
But personally, I've seen some of my friends like drop out of their jobs after getting a package in IIT because yes, the salary is amazing, no doubt.
yes.
But when it comes to the work-life balance, they don't really get that, and they don't even realize. Like one of my friends, I saw after like I think 6 months when she
Mm,
was doing, like she was still doing the job, and I saw her and she had dark circles and she became so skinny, and she said like it's really difficult to manage all these things because there's like she didn't get the work life balance, although we cannot say the same for every single company. And then she had to like drop out of that job, and now she's doing like various things that like make her truly happy. So I would say definitely money is not really what brings true happiness. Yes. Okay. So number one thing that brings happiness is health for sure. Like you can be laying on a bed full of cash, but you would not be happy if you're sick. So health, I would say, and family. Health and family are the most important things when it comes to happiness for sure, not
mm,
the money. Although, yes, their money is important, like when it comes to basic requirements, I mean.
yes.
But for the luxurious things, I would say it definitely does not bring happiness. Yes, it can bring you temporary happiness, but it would not last longer when you get used to that. You would keep wanting more and more and more, and then you will realize that it actually never brought you true happiness.
And it brings you saturation after a certain point in your life, maybe in your late 30s or
Oh,
40s. It no longer holds the first priority in your life. It keeps coming down. Your
yeah,
health
exactly.
goes up, family goes up, money comes down step by step. Hmm.
Yes, I would say like especially for everybody that are like in their early 20s, they give money the priority. And like I mean, I think everybody has their own opinions on that. Like, but for me, truly, I've always believed that family comes first because I'm the kind of person, like, I'm an introvert, you could say. So I have just one friend from school, like, that's it. But, like, I consider that friendship so valuable because she's my true friend. Like, we share everything, like, we're like sisters. So I'm truly grateful for that. And, like, instead of having so many fake friends, I think one true friend is, like, completely enough. And so that's why I would say, like, because I was not able to interact with so many people because of the introvert that I was, I would say, like, my family, I realized the importance of, like, being in a family, interacting with your family members so that you don't get lonely. Because I've seen a lot of people giving priority to people that, like, don't really care about them.
Yes.
And until they realize, like, they realize that they have pushed away the people that truly cared about them.
That's true. Like, when the right people will like the real you. You don't have to impress people
Right.
just because you want them in your life. That's never going to stay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want, like you told that money is not really important, right? So, on the same lines, then what is success for you? When will you consider yourself being successful in your life?
I think successful is something like you could say, like, okay, when you're hardworking and at the end of the day when you're like laying down on bed and when your head touches the pillow and you feel the satisfaction that like today you worked hard and you're really proud of yourself, I think that's what success means. Instead of people could be having so many goals, and then the thing is like they achieve the goal and they think, yes, I'm successful now, but are they truly happy? Like, do are they really successful? Like, I think successful is, yeah, definitely the hard work towards the right direction, and the sense of like accomplishment is success to me, I think.
Very, very nicely explained. Because all you have is like in your hands is to put in the hard work. That's all. You cannot expect the fruits or you cannot expect anything. True success is that you should be satisfied with whatever hard work you're putting in. You should be satisfied with yourself. That you can consider
Right.
success. Right. Okay, so is there anything else before we wind up the session? Can you tell me what goals you have for yourself and if people are approaching you for classes, so are you interested in teaching English?
Yes, I think, yeah, a few people have contacted me for the classes, but I'm not quite sure yet whether I could manage all the things together, because apart from YouTube channel, there are a few things that I'm studying right now. So I don't know if I can handle the classes right now. Although, yes, if the demand increases, and as because I've just started the channel and I hope to get better at the time management when it comes to all these things like managing sessions and everything, then for sure I would consider like introducing classes for people as well. As of now, there's no solid plan of introducing any classes.
Okay.
And yes, one question I would like to ask you is that you have a really good vocabulary, and could you like suggest something to improve the vocabulary? Because okay, I do read a few words like every single day, not every single day, I would say, but like maybe once a week, I do read a couple of words, like 5 or 10 words, new words I try to introduce in my vocabulary, but then I read their meaning, and after some time, I completely forget about them,
Mhm.
and then the words never are really introduced in my daily conversation.
Okay, rather than telling you
So,
what to do, I'll tell you how I do it. Because it
okay,
is very theoretical to say, like, learn 5 words, write down their meanings, maintain a separate book for vocabulary. It's very theoretical to say, but that's not what I do, at least at this stage. Maybe at beginner levels, when you are too much focused on improving your English or improving your vocabulary, at that time, that might work. But what I'm doing right now is I watch a lot of content, including short
okay,
videos, movies, and reading. I read on Google, I maybe documentaries, I do that a lot, and I watch TV shows, English TV shows. So from there we get vocabulary, and it is not mandatory for me to have to remember this word. I don't put that pressure on myself. If I've heard a word, for example, there was a celebrity who told, I grew up in a sheltered household. So I was shouldering the responsibilities. So these kind of seemed very nice to me, the words. So I then keep talking to myself about this. In what situation can I use this? So it is a nice word to use in your vocabulary. So that is how I remember vocabulary. I try to associate it with something which I can use. So that is how it stays for little time in my mind. I'm able to use it a couple of times. Then new words keep coming in. So I learn through context. It's never been that I've written the word and I've written its meaning and created example sentences. That doesn't work for me, at least, honestly. So that's not what I do. I read a lot, I watch a lot of content, and listen to especially speeches and celebrities interviews because I think they have the best English. So they are global celebrities, right? So they are updated with whatever's new in the market, even regarding English speaking. So I follow them a lot, and that is how I remember a couple of them. Not more actually, because my audience say that do not speak advanced English. We are beginners, and we would not like you to use advanced words or vocabularies. So it is not particularly my aim. I'm satisfied with simple English, but just here and there where intermediate speakers or fluent speakers like you join me, so it kind of pops up in my speech now and then. So that's it.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's actually a very good way of remembering, because like what I do is like I usually just read the meaning and then just move on with my life. And then I
Okay.
realize like I've completely forgotten about it. So associating it with something and like creating example sentences in your head can definitely help you remember that particular word in the
Hmm.
longer run for sure. So yeah, I would definitely apply that technique from now on. That's very useful. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. And never learn the vocabulary by itself. Learn the entire sentence. So that will give you an
Yeah,
idea of how you can apply it in context. So never read the word on its own. Include the entire sentence.
exactly. Yes, for sure.
Okay, then anything else before we wind up the session? We're running out of time.
Yeah, no, I think that was it. Like, a very insightful conversation we had for sure. And thank you so much for the session and for the vocabulary technique also. Thank you so much.
No
And thank
problem
you
at
so
all.
much for inviting me. Truly so grateful. Thank you so much.
It was lovely talking to you. Good luck for your channel. Good luck for your life. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.